I only got one more night. I'm gonna leave out loud goodbye. This gonna be the type of night that make
What up? It's your boy, Mr. Von. Mr. Von's channel, Sweatbox. We back. We live. We active here on the channel. Yes, indeed. You know how we do. Still dodging those digital jabs, baby. Let's talk House of the Dragon. Episode 1. I know I'm late. Come on, I know I'm late. Episode 2 about to air in less than 24 hours. But I'm going to get episode 2 up earlier than this. But let's talk about episode 1. This show gave me all the Game of Thrones feels that I've been missing. I forgot how much I love this show. I forgot how much I miss this show. And I am one of the few minorities who really didn't have that much of a problem with the series finale of the original show. I mean, Dany snapped. She burned down King's Landing. Targaryens are crazy. What did you want? I mean, it's fine. But this show's good. This show set roughly 200 years before the events of Daenerys Targaryen and the rise of Daenerys Targaryen, when the Targaryen house is in its prime and they have 10 full-grown dragons under their control, I guess you can say. This basically, I guess this show is going to cover the Targaryen Civil War, which was known as the Dance of the Dragon. And yeah, I'm here for it. Let's watch it. Let's see. But this show, the characters that I was really liking, obviously Daemon Targaryen, really good. I'm very interested to see where the character of Alicent Hightower is going to go, with her intrigue. And then if you know, spoiler alert. By the way, this is going to have spoilers. This is the spoiler review. But if you saw in the trailers, it seems like Alicent and Millie Alcock's character, Rhaenyra Targaryen, yeah. It seems like her character, Rhaenyra Targaryen, and Alicent Hightower, it seems like they're going to end up having a little falling out over the whole heir to Viserys. And the dude who plays Viserys, the first Viserys, he's really good. I like him. I like the dude who plays Otto Hightower. I want to see more from Corlys Velaryon, obviously. And then Rhaenyra Targaryen, the original, the queen who never was, is dope. We got some other good characters that I really wanted to spotlight. Kristen Cole, in the jousting, he was able to best Daemon Targaryen in the jousts, which I thought was very good. Let me also just say, the way they leaned into the violence in this episode, because the first episode of Game of Thrones, you had the opening scene with the White Walkers, which was pretty violent, and then you didn't have much else until Jaime pushes Bran out the window. Obviously, the show got progressively more violent after that, but the first episode wasn't that violent. This episode was violent. I mean, you had Daemon and him forming the Gold Cloaks, which I thought was very cool. Him and then just going out and terrorizing the citizens of King's Landing. Raper! And then they just cutting dudes' dicks off. Murderer! And they just killing them. Thief! Chopping off limbs. Why was they chopping off limbs? And they had just two carts full of body parts. This is like, man, your boy Daemon was wilding. Oh, I don't know if y'all noticed, I got the Keep Calm and Demand a Trial by Combat shirt on. House Lannister sigil, you know what I'm saying, representing the original show. Anyway, so yeah, that whole scene with him just dishing out the King's justice on the poor citizens of King's Landing, that was awesome. Another scene that I thought was great was how they intercut Viserys' wife. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna remember it. Lady Lyanna, yeah. How they intercut her. I think that was her name. Anyway, and how they intercut her birthing the child with the jousting that was going on. It was just brutal. It was brutal. It had me okay. Go back to the fight. That was brutal. Them cutting the baby out of her was brutal. I mean, man, that was brutal. And then turn around and see that the baby died. Spoiler alert: the baby died. Oh my goodness. And then on top of that, the scene with the dragon setting fire, the dragon being the one to ignite the funeral pyre, to see the young Rhaenyra, Dracarys. I was like, oof. And then the scene where the king's at the small council, and they're talking about who should be named as heir, and they're like, Daemon's he's next in line, and we already see the fixtures. It's Stannis and Robert all over again. We already see, and then they're like, well, what about Rhaenyra? We'll see. And then you cut to Daemon at the bar drinking with his men, and word gets back to Otto, and Otto Hightower being forever the opportunity. See, you think Otto Hightower is a man of honor, but then you see towards the end of the episode he's kind of doing something. We'll get to that in a second. But the whole scene of Daemon in the bar drinking, and then he hears back. He pulls Daemon pulls him before the council. Did you say it? What did you say it? The heir for a day. And Daemon's like, oh shit. Hey, we all mourn in our own way. I mean, it's woo. And that's when he names Rhaenyra the heir. But the scene where Otto sends his daughter, when he sends his daughter, Alicent, when he sends Alicent to the king's chambers to comfort him, I was like, this show is despicable. This show is despicable. Otto Hightower, I thought you were a man of honor. I love when Viserys and Daemon were talking, and he's like, what, because Otto Hightower is a man of honor? What? No, because he's a cunt. I loved it. It was so Game of Thrones. So yeah, man, I really like this episode. I love the intrigue. I love the dialogue. I love the fact that we're back talking about the throne, for the throne. You know what I'm saying? And I love the new, not the new, but the original Iron Throne with the 1,000 swords of Aegon's enemies. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see. They have to. Before the series is over, I need somebody to get impaled on all them swords on the steps, so they can be like, oh yeah, it was probably not a good idea to have those here because of this very reason. Somebody's going to get impaled on those swords. I need to see that before the series is over. Other than that, I'm in love with the series already. I'm ready for it. Bring on more. Please give me more of this series. Good characters, good story, good action. I'm here for it. That's what made Game of Thrones great. So that's my review of episode 1. Keep it locked because we will be doing episode 2. I won't be as late with my review for episode 2. I'm sure there's things I've forgotten. Obviously, this wasn't a blow for blow. But until next time, you know how we do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when we upload. Check out the travel vlogs, man. I'll be headed back to Vegas real soon to bring more footage for all of y'all because Sweatbox Travel is official. Where y'all want to go? Let me know where y'all want to go. I can book you a vacation, all of that. To all y'all want to go to Dubrovnik to see the Game of Thrones set, I can do it. I had a travel special earlier this summer for Dubrovnik. Let me know. Until next time, you know how we do. Peace. 100.
I'ma go to the ends with you. I'ma go to the end with you. I'ma go.